Hi everyone, welcome back to ECA to Student Paramedic. I'm Freyja and I am once last time actually in Premier Inn. I'm doing the last part of my uni and that is a presentation. So we've all come together the last 4 days. I've got 2 more days to go here. In 2 days time I've got the presentation to do. I won't go into what the presentation's about because it may change, and also I don't want to give any giveaways either for those of you who are on the journey. Yeah, it's been a bit of a learning curve technically for me with technology, as it were, I would say is always look at ULOs, your learning outcomes, and if you've got to do a reset, have a look at the rubric of where you went wrong, and then that will give you the opportunity to fix whatever it is you've done wrong. This is in the dissertation, this is in any of your assignments, and that will give you a really good idea of how to improve it for the resets so you can get pass, which then of course will be capped at 40% currently with our particular university. Slow learner me, I hadn't really looked at the rubric for where my pros and cons were, where my strengths and weaknesses are, and it wasn't until yesterday that someone said, "Oh, have you looked at your rubric, Freyja, and see where you went wrong for your dissertation?" I thought, do you know what? No, I haven't. Let's have a look. And I looked at it and I thought, actually, yeah, I can see why now. They had marked me down as 36 out of 40, for the pass mark. So at least I've got feedback on it. For my presentation, this is the first time I'm trying the presentation. Very, very nervous. Don't like generally talking to groups in the first place anyway, and we've got to be engaging. So for engagement, I'm having to look at colours and pictures on my presentation and actually engaging physically with the audience, which is interesting as well. And we've only got 15 minutes to do it, plus 5 minutes of questions. As you probably can tell, it's quite nerve-wracking for me personally. Other people will probably be fine with it, they're quite happy to sort of present, but I've got a feeling I'm going to be like verbal diarrhea, blah, 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 and that's it, 15 minutes, and that's not what you need to do. Really mindful on how I present it, but we'll see. So I will give you an update on how I think I went, and then I'll let you know on how I scored. So cross fingers, let's see how it goes. Well, that was fun. As you can tell, I'm back. I'm away from the University of Cumbria now. I'm away from the hotel. I've had a couple of days away from the hotel, actually, from the uni, before I could put this video up. So apologies for the lateness on that. From the last video, I was about to do the presentation, so that went okay. I think I had a bit of a mind meld the day beforehand, and kind of lost the plot a little bit, I have to say. But the staff were really supportive and kind of got me back on the straight and narrow again. I think when you're really nervous and someone throws you a curveball saying, "Oh, you forgot to do this," then my whole world sort of opened up and gobbled me up the other day. So I had to have a real big time out and reassess my my strategy, let's say, of what I was going to do and how was I going to do it. In the end, I decided I was going to write out a script of what I was going to say and how I was going to present it, with my information on screen, and then on my script I labelled it slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, etc. And that kept me from having verbal diarrhea, as you probably remembered from last time. What it did make me do is I was looking at the piece of paper or papers pretty much all the time. However, I did manage to put my eyes up to the group and ask a few questions to try and get engagement. No matter how many seconds it was, I think I just asked them a question, and then before I received an answer, I saw one person shake their head as in they didn't know, and then I said, okay, well then. So yeah, that was my engagement, but it was very colourful. It was very formative, yeah, and critiqued, which I hate the word. Lots of critiquing going on there as well. I'm hoping that I've met the mark. Of course, when you've finished an exam or an essay, you're always thinking, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. And look at other people's presentations and thinking, oh, they've done so well, and wow, that sounded really professional, and oh, I love the way they did this, or they've done that. But, you know, it's your own work at the end of the day, and, you know, if I have to do a resit, if I haven't passed this time round, then maybe I can take on board some bits and pieces I've learnt from others. Not to plagiarise or anything like that, but just literally sort of have an idea of, like, maybe I should have put more of an intro, more of a conclusion, you know, a bit more something extra, you know, to sort of patch it out a bit more. But I was just within my time frame. So because I've got an SPLD, means that I can add a few more minutes onto my presentation. So I think I had 16.5 minutes or 17 minutes or something, a few minutes for the questions as well. So that sort of bumped up to about 22 minutes, I think, which is what I really needed. So that was quite a unique experience for me. One I do not wish to do again, and I don't relish it at all, but if I have to, then obviously I have to. So currently, at this moment in play, I'm still in the middle of doing my resit, as it were, for my dissertation. I've almost completed it. I think I've probably got another week to go of just trying to, you know, look at my rubric, which I didn't do beforehand, and trying to find those extra marks. So then to bump up my pass mark, if I can get to my pass mark. And then I've also got to wait for my holistic essay results. Of course, then the presentation results. So if all goes well, hopefully on the next video, I will be able to say a bit more positiveness, but you never know. Anyway, thanks ever so much for tuning in again, and keep safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye for now.